Hello friends, I am Guna Mathivanan, Current Affairs faculty at Officers IAS Academy. So in this Current Affairs Hit List series, today we will be discussing a 29th topic, UDAN. But before going to UDAN, I thank everyone for giving me such a wonderful feedback and comments that keeps me motivating. Right? I am really happy. Thanks for all your support. And many students who are inquiring about the current affairs class program, all my class PDFs are downloadable. In the last slide, I have given the course features. Okay, you kindly go through that. Right? All my class presentations, 29th topic, right? Till all the topics are downloadable. The PDF link is given in the description. In that PDF, last page I have given about my course details. You can go through. Right, once again I thank everyone for all your support. Right, now UDAN, Uday Desh Ka Aam Nagrik. Friends, UDAN, it means Uday Desh Ka Aam Nagrik. Simply, the aim of this scheme is to bring a regional air connectivity. The aim of this scheme is to bring a regional air connectivity. So, how to bring this regional air connectivity? So, bring air services in Tier 2, Tier 3 cities, okay, in Tier 2, Tier 3 cities. So, Tier 2, Tier 3 cities, these are cities with population less than 10 lakh, okay. So, how we are going to give this air connectivity, whether we are going to build new airports, whether we are going to build any new airstrips for this purpose? No. There are hundreds of unserved and underserved airports in the country. Underserved airports in the country. Unserved airport means those are airports there is no scheduled air service. Extreme, extraordinary emergency situation, that airstrip will be used. Generally it is dysfunctional. Unserved. Underserved airports means the number of flight services in that airport will be very less. That is underserved. Unserved means, as I said, there is no scheduled air services. In emergency purposes, this airstrips will be used. So, there are hundreds of unserved, underserved airports which are located in Tier 2, Tier 3 cities. So, under this UDAN program, we are going to rejuvenate these unserved, underserved airports. Okay, we are going to rebuild this unserved, underserved airports. We are not going to create any new airports. We are going to use the existing infrastructure. We are going to make it work by upgrading the infrastructure of this unserved and underserved airports. Now, you may think that, sir, these airports were once built considering air services in future, right? So, when these airports were created, once these airstrips were created, what was in mind? The government's mind would be, in those areas we should have some air services. With that aim only these unserved, underserved airports were created. Okay, let us say in Tamil Nadu, in Salem, airport was created. Over a period of time, there was no big traffic in that airport. So, that airport became dysfunctional, and now we are rejuvenating that airport. We are rebuilding, or we are improving the infra, and we are trying to bring air services in Salem airport. So, the administrators, while bringing the airport, they came with a vision that there will be more air traffic in that region, that airport business will be viable. But however, airports were created, airstrips were created, but it became dysfunctional because people were not taking the air services. Why people were not taking the air services? Because the ticket fare was high, right? So, the ticket price, the ticket cost was very high. Flying cost is very high. So, people, they were not using these airports. So, eventually over a period of time, all these unserved, underserved airports, it became dysfunctional. So, now the idea is to redevelop these unserved, underserved airports. So, develop these unserved, underserved airports. But remember, just developing the unserved, underserved airports once again is not going to solve the purpose, because if the ticket price is high, then people will not come and take air services, right. So, under this program, under this UDAN program, the ticket price, it should not be more than 2,500 rupees for a 1 hour journey or for 500 kilometers distance. For a 1 hour air journey, the maximum ticket price should be 2,500 rupees only, or for a 500 kilometers distance, the maximum fee should be, or the ticket price should be 2,500 rupees only. So, one side we are going to develop the existing infrastructure, we are going to rejuvenate it. Another side, we are going to keep the ticket price cheaper, alright. So, having said this, how this UDAN is going to work? So, Airport Authority of India is going to implement this UDAN. So, Airport Authority of India is going to implement this UDAN. So, Airport Authority of India, they will be calling the interested airline service providers to participate in a bidding. So, Airport Authority of India will be calling the airline service providers to participate in a bidding. Okay. So, let us say SpiceJet is participating. Now, SpiceJet is participating. Now, Jet Airways is participating. Okay. Let us say Vistara is participating. Now, the condition is 2,500 rupees should be the ticket price. Now, the participating airlines, right. So, Airport Authority of India, they are calling the airline service providers for a bidding process. So, all these airline service providers, they have to quote a price per seat, how much price they will be charging per seat. But remember, the price, I said it should not be more than 2,500 per seat. Per seat, it should not be more than 2,500 for a 500 kilometer journey or a 1 hour journey. Okay, that you keep that in mind. But they are also inviting bidding, SpiceJet, Jet Airways, Vistara. Okay, Airport Authority of India, first it will choose a route, it will choose a UDAN route. We are calling it as UDAN route. Let us say I am taking a route from Salem to Arakonam. Okay, so randomly I am taking a route. 2 locations in Tamil Nadu, Salem and Arakonam. This is the route. Airport Authority of India is calling the airline service providers for a bidding. Now, SpiceJet says, okay, in this route we are willing to provide service. Now, SpiceJet says, we are willing to give for 2,650 per seat. Jet Airways quotes, they say we are willing to give for 2,700 per seat. Vistara says we will give it for 2,675 per seat. So, here SpiceJet has quoted the least amount. So, SpiceJet has won the bidding. But however, I said SpiceJet should not charge more than 2,500. But here SpiceJet has quoted 2,650. SpiceJet says, sir, only if I give it for 2,650, my business becomes viable, or else my business will not be viable. So, SpiceJet has won the contract. So, now SpiceJet, they are saying that they wanted to charge minimum 2,650, but government says you have to charge only 2,500 rupees per seat, but they are quoting 2,650. So, what will be the loss? The loss will be 150 rupees per seat. The loss will be 150 rupees per seat. Now, government says, SpiceJet, you don't worry. I can understand, to make your business viable, you need 2,650 per seat. But however, you collect only 2,500 from passengers. You collect only 2,500. But don't worry, you are going to face a loss of 150 rupees per seat, right? This seat, this 150 rupees, this amount, that will be compensated by the government. In order to make the business viable, in order to make the business of SpiceJet viable, the gap, the 150 rupees, that gap will be funded by government. So that SpiceJet is not facing any loss, though they are going to charge only 2500 rupees from the passenger. SpiceJet will, from the government they get extra 150, so 2650. So this concept of getting that compensation from central government, that we are simply calling it as viability gap funding. Viability gap funding. So this is an example for viability gap funding, simply we can say VGF. So in order to make the business of SpiceJet viable, government is funding that gap. That 150 rupees gap will be funded by government. This is an example for VGF, viability gap funding, right. So for SpiceJet they will be getting 2650 per seat, but for the customer they will be charging only 2500 rupees, right. So now let us see what are all the advantages for SpiceJet, right. So SpiceJet, though they are charging 2500 from passenger, however, they will be getting that extra 150 rupees through viability gap funding. So there is no loss for SpiceJet. Is that the only advantage? No, not just that. Now whoever wins that bidding for 3 years, there will be exclusive rights. There will be exclusive right for SpiceJet to provide that air service between Salem to Arakonam in that UDAN route. Exclusive rights to provide air service in that UDAN route. So all the passengers, they will be flying only in SpiceJet in that route. So 3 years exclusivity in that route. Okay. Is that the overall advantage? No, there is some more advantages. See, almost 40% of the operational cost, in providing airline service from one point to another point is going in the form of fuel cost. This airline turbine fuel, that is very, very costly. We are importing very costly. Almost 40% of operational cost is going in the form of fuel, right. So here whoever is being selected under this UDAN program for in that route, okay, in that UDAN route, now SpiceJet is flying, right. For those SpiceJet flights, whenever they are buying fuel, right, the tax, the central excise, okay, the central excise duties, the value added tax from the state government, these taxes will be reduced. The taxes, simply the taxes on the fuel, or we can write like this, simply the taxes on the airline turbine fuel, that will be reduced. So in that way also SpiceJet is going to make advantage, it is going to make some additional profit. We have some more advantage also. What is some more advantage? The fourth advantage, if you take this SpiceJet, they have to pay some fee to Airport Authority of India. They have to pay some fee to Airport Authority of India because they are using the airports, they are using the infrastructure created by the government. So some fee has to be paid by SpiceJet to the Airport Authority of India. That fee will also be reduced considerably, right. And we have another advantage also. What is that another advantage, sir? Sir, this 2500 rupees per seat is the condition, right, 500 kilometers journey. That condition is only for 50% of the seats, 50% of the total seats. Let us assume an aircraft carrier. So let us assume an aircraft carrier, okay, it is having 80 seats. Assume this aircraft carrier, it is having some 80 seats. In this 80 seats, only 40 seats has to be reserved for UDAN services. The remaining 40 seats can be sold at market price. Only 40 seats at UDAN services. So SpiceJet, they will be charging 2500 rupees only for 40 seats. For the remaining 40 seats, they can charge whatever price based on the market demand. right. So, these are the advantages for the airline company who are successful in providing that UDAN services. Whoever wins the bidding, so Airport Authority of India, they will be conducting a bidding, they will be choosing a UDAN route, they will ask the airline service providers, whoever is interested, they can participate in the bidding, whoever quotes the least price, they will be given the chance, and they will have exclusivity to fly in that UDAN route for 3 years, right. So, this is about UDAN. So, through which we are going to keep the prices cheaper, and we are also going to revive the airline connectivity in the tier 2, tier 3 cities. So, the broader objective of UDAN, that is the regional air connectivity, is achieved, right. I hope you are clear about this UDAN program. So, why it was in news? So, now for providing UDAN services in Jammu and Kashmir, northeastern states, bidding are being called, that is why it was in news, right. So, based on this I have given a question, you can kindly go through the question, find out the correct answer, alright. So, here I have given the details about my current affairs course. If you are interested, you can go through, alright. I hope this video was useful. So, tomorrow I will meet you with another exciting topic. Till then, bye, take care.